Star Trek Lower Decks Review, Season 2, Episode 10. The final episode of Season 2.
Holy shit, it's episode
Right?
10 in a cliffhanger.
I know, that's what I was talking about. Because remember when I told you guys about it, and I'm like, oh, I'm on season 2. This is great. And then a few weeks later, I'm like, shit, they ended on a cliffhanger.
No,
This is
not just one cliffhanger, but a few of them.
yeah. Tendy's being promoted to science officer. Not chief science officer, but science officer.
Yeah, the science officer department, science department.
Yeah. Science officer training. And
which was funny with the like Jadzia Dax.
Do.
Who's that?
Yeah, I'm talking about Spock, man. That's kind of like, I feel that in so many levels, because you make a pop culture reference from your era, which for us is like the 80s and 90s, and they're like, what? No, I mean, who? I'm talking about such and such that I've never heard of. It's just like, who? Kids these days.
And we also got whatever.
Oh yeah, that thing with
Rutherford.
Yeah, that
I wasn't supposed to remember that. We'll tell him it was an elective surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, elective. Chose it. I'm kidding. And
I saw a koala.
Yeah, I love that. I love.
Nice throwback to that other episode with the dude who ascended.
Let's just talk about that.
You probably should keep that to yourself.
Like, oh my god, I'm ascending. Oh, it hurts. I don't want to ascend anymore. Is that a giant koala? God is a koala. It's Godwalla.
Oh hell, God! Oh hell, God!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's doubly sort of. I like that they did set it up where they kind of brought everybody together. Everybody was, all the fighting and little rivalries kind of. Everybody's kind of making amends and coming together right before they twist the knife.
Yeah.
It's like,
because it's like, what do you mean you're leaving us? I don't want you to leave. It's like, we finally getting along. And she's like, don't worry, I'm not, you know what? I've decided I'm not leaving. Yeah, you are. You're getting arrested. What?
Oh, and that ending scene where it's like, congratulations.
Ooh.
Arrested. Like, ooh.
Yeah, that's. Ooh.
I mean.
Yeah, and the whole little minor tiff, that was low level tiff that was going on between.
Scenes. Huh?
I was letting you go.
No, go ahead.
Okay, that was a minor tiff between Mariner and was it Jennifer or Jill and she's like, no, they actually
Jennifer.
don't. We actually don't hate each other. Oh, okay, well.
Like, I thought you hated me. It's like, no.
Oh.
I just treat everyone like shit.
Huh. Yeah.
But those tiny little things that they seeded throughout the season, like her going to the Pakled planet and the little war between the Pakleds and Starfleet being started by the Klingons, and
Well,
then
Klingon.
her helping the one Klingon, yeah. And then because of that incident and the Klingon bomb they gave the Pakleds that apparently went off or something, probably.
What makes me what I want to think happened is he gave them he was dead, wasn't he? Like there
Yeah.
was somebody else in his
But no,
conspiracy.
before that, they gave them a new bomb because it's like, we tried the other one, but it no work after the first time. And so they had to give him a new one.
Yeah, and so they
and,
had.
And they accidentally set it off on their own planet.
Yeah, that seems like most likely is the one he supplied them. They took it back to their planet. Somebody didn't know what it was, started pressing buttons or did something, and boop, boom.
Pakled planet, strong planet, Pakled planet, survive bomb. It can, yes.
Well, it sounds like it I don't remember
Because remember, remember they were trying to gather information to set a bomb in the middle of the Starfleet base on Earth. You know, the Starfleet High Command on Earth. So you would assume they want a big yield to destroy their infrastructure.
Yeah.
So the Klingons gave them a really powerful weapon. And when they went to Pakled, the Pakled planet, and stuff, the Cerritos, that was seen as siding with Klingons to destroy the Pakled planet, when it was really the Pakleds who fucked themselves over. And I love the fact that they're like, hey, you're under arrest for something you did well, you were supposedly in the middle of another operation. It's like, I was busy trying to dismantle my hull so that I could save another ship. And you expect me to have gone all the way to the Backled planet by myself, set up a bomb, and then, like, what? Come back? Well, everybody was right in front of me. That's why she's like, you know what? Just let them think, the truth will come out. Just let it go. Just cooperate.
And honestly, I'm thinking there might be a traitor in high command.
There's always a traitor in high command.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
And I can just imagine Boimler getting a little excited because it's a trial scene. It's a trial scene.
And this time we're not going to be sent into a vat of boiling eels.
It's so redundant.
You're just hurting the eels at this point.
And we did confirm that the Cerritos does have a captain's yacht.
Yes, it does. I thought they mentioned it in another episode too, though.
Well, yeah, I don't remember them ever mentioning that it had one, but they didn't say it didn't have one, so like it was just sort of unconfirmed.
Every ship needs its own captain's yacht.
Defiant doesn't.
Ooh. Which makes me think, since she's going off to space prison or whatever, trial, all that stuff, I guess they're technically still bringing a new captain then. I mean, for temporary.
At least temporarily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, wait, why can't I be the captain? I'm the first officer. Because you tried to destroy everybody when you became a giant floating head.
Hasn't that happened to
Until you were kicked in
everybody?
the crotch. Until you were kicked in the crotch.
That could happen to anybody.
In Starfleet, yes, that technically could happen to anybody.
Yeah, which makes you wonder what.
And it was Mariner's fault, anyways.
True.
Makes you wonder what kind of, Oh, a really stupid idea. Okay, so Boimler is his transporter clone has been on the Titan. What if he's just soared through the ranks like crazy fast, and they're like, "Yes, Captain Boimler." What?
Oh god.
Oh god, no.
Oh, but then they would have to send Boimler, the original Boimler, to the Titan to so that they wouldn't have two Boimlers on the same ship.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a stupid idea, but
I doubt he would have been able to soar up in the ranks in 1 year.
Yeah, I know it's a stupid idea, but it's still as silly as this, as rule of funny this thing plays with a lot. Like that seems like something they would do, and it would just be to just piss off Boimler. It's like clone, when given an opportunity, becomes a freaking captain.
No. Their temporary captain is somebody from the Titan, and so they come in and or is being brought by someone from the Titan or something, and so it's like introducing your new captain, and Boimler was the escort, and so it's like, what? No, Boimler, no. And Boimler thinks that it's his clone is the captain. And then it turns out, oh no, I'm just the escort. This is the captain. That way you could have that moment of Boimler's being captain.
Yeah.
Without Boimler actually being captain.
Yeah. It's a funny joke, is just figuring out a way to put it out there in a way that doesn't mess with the narrative too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does mean we're gonna get a Jellicoe of sorts. We don't know what they're gonna be like. They're probably gonna have a flaw of some kind.
Oh yeah, probably a stick up their ass kind of flaw.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have no idea what that's gonna be like. But they've got a whole.
I mean, you could always have Captain Q.
I mean,
no.
It's not gonna be too bad.
Mon Capitan, okay? It's Mon Capitan.
So.
Oh,
you want
that
me
would
to
be
call
cool.
you my captain every time?
Oh no! Wait 1 second. I was thinking about it. Oh, maybe. No, probably not.
Who?
I was thinking like the timing's wrong. It would be like somebody like LaForge comes in to be captain for a while, but then it's not really that funny, and the timeline doesn't quite work out because he was, at Voyager, he was, even if he'd been promoted fairly quickly afterwards, like he would still only be a commander.
Yeah.
And it would be too quick to put it as a captain of a ship.
Yeah.
because I was jumping timelines from Star Trek Online, which is 24 teens, 10, 11, that sort of thing. And he's a captain already. So is Paris and such. But this is like right after Voyager comes back. Not many.
Yeah,
not
this
long.
is like, I think it was 3 years after Voyager.
Yeah, so from a timeline perspective, like all the Enterprise crew are probably at most another level up.
Yeah,
And
if anything, it would probably be maybe, since we know Tom has been reinstated, maybe Captain Chakotay.
that could happen if you could if you get him to be there. Yeah, you could. He's technically feasible.
Yeah, because I mean, once the paperwork in this, like, it's probably going to be a quick trial because he's shown himself time and time again during the thing.
It's also going to come down to, does he want to? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There's any canon on what Chakotay.
There
is there?
I'm not going to spoil it any more than that, but there is canon in one of the other series that takes place later than this, than Lower Decks.
Okay, so something like
Chakotay does stay in Starfleet.
Something like a Picard or something.
Something like that. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to go further because.
Yeah. Okay, so assuming he does stay in Starfleet, spoiler notwithstanding, he stays in Starfleet. It's 3 years. He's a commander. Assuming he's given the rank he had. It's like, okay, you earned that. You earned that rank. We're fairly happy with you being a commander. And we might, after a year of debriefing and relaxation on Risa, it's like, yeah, we're gonna we want to give you a command.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. We want to give you a command, and then we'll put you in charge of. You know what? We need somebody in charge of the Cerritos. It's just a California class. It's not a big vessel, but it's a command chair. Do you want it? And that's feasible. Honestly, Tuvok's feasible.
Yeah.
And he's done voice work relatively recently. He's done Star Trek voice work before, so that's not out of the question. Unless Russ has just decided he doesn't want to do it. But yeah, I'm thinking about crews and who would be available. Like, none of the TNG are really available because none of them were high enough rank.
Yeah.
It would be high enough rank at this point. Because the only one who was high enough rank was Riker, and he's in charge of the Titan now, so he has a command.
Yeah.
And then Cisco is captain of Deep Space Nine, assuming he returned. His second in command.
I was gonna say, didn't he get brought into the afterlife or whatever with the?
Yeah, he was with the prophets. I think in some books he does come back, but we don't know what's the canon of what happened to Cisco. But assuming he comes back. What?
Also, that would be soft canon.
Yeah, there's some books they've got him commanding a ship or something, but assuming he comes back, there's a decent chance he just takes over DS9 again.
Yeah,
just you're the emissary. They're gonna you're gonna make it so much easier to deal with the Bajoran people if we just put you in charge of DS9.
Exactly.
Just put you right back where you were. You're a captain. You're in charge of Deep Space Nine. Go. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the emissary. They already like you. You've got connections there. You got roots. Just you know how to handle it. Go. And uh, yeah, and in one of the books, I think they actually just there was the old Deep Space Nine was destroyed, and they built a new one. I don't
Mm.
know. I don't remember all the details of that, but I just briefly saw it in like I was reading up something else, and that was just sort of
Uh,
in there. But it was in a book or
oh,
something really soft canon. Um,
I haven't read any. The only books I've read were the Q books,
of course,
of
but
course.
but
I
but
don't think I needed to finish that
yeah,
statement, and you would have known what I was going to say.
yeah, I already kind of had an inkling of what you were gonna say. Yeah, and then it's Major
I
Kira.
actually have one of them right next to me right now.
Then his second in command was Major Kira. But if Bajor joins the Federation post Dominion War, she could have just moved to being full Starfleet. I mean, she did for a time. She was a commander in Starfleet anyway. But
Yeah.
if she leaves the Bajoran militia, or the Bajoran militia gets folded into Starfleet, then she would be a commander and would be eligible to be. We have lots of other Bajorans showing up, so like
I mean,
it wouldn't be
their
shocking if
sec-
she.
their chief of security is a Bajoran.
Yeah, so it really wouldn't be that weird uh if she was given command of the Cerritos. I mean, it would be weird for her to leave Bajor because she seems really connected to her home, so she might
Uh,
not want to leave. But it's not impossible if Bajor has joined the Federation. It's not impossible for her to have become a captain at some point with all her experience during the Dominion War. And what? Okay, so spoilers for Star Trek Online, but um, uh, we do get Kira becomes a Kai, if I remember correctly.
uh-huh.
So, but that was later on, and I don't know. But
Kira.
yeah,
That's a mouthful. Kira.
yeah, and then I think she, like, um, I think we rescue the Kai the first Kai from Emissary.
Kai Wynn.
Kai, yeah, well the first, yeah, what? No, Opaka. Kai
Uh-huh.
Wynn was the jerk. Um,
Yeah.
Kai Opaka, the good one. The one that got stuck on that planet with the people that die, and they fight, they kill each other, then the planet rebirths them, brings them back to life with the nano machines and whatnot. And she got stuck out there, and that's why, or that's at least the story. It's been a long time, but
Yeah, I
then,
haven't watched DS9 since I was working in Dunkin' Donuts.
but but yeah, Kai Opaka comes back, I think, to be Kai, and Kira becomes a captain in Starfleet. I think she takes back up her role as a captain in Starfleet, and then she's. I don't remember if she takes over DS9 as leader of DS9, or if that was. I think that somebody else is in charge of DS9, but she captains like the Defiant or something. Anyway,
Uh,
but yeah, she basically she leaves being Kai. She retires as Kai and joins Starfleet again. Now that Kai Opaka is back, she's like, "You're better at this than I am. Go."
Yep. That's fair.
Yeah, it's like, you were really cool, Opaka. You be Kai again. Um, but
So she went from Kulapaka to Kayapaka?
eh. But yeah, I mean, just thinking of going through each of the different ones. Enterprise was way too long ago. DS9, the one that's most likely is Kira or Worf if he decides to come back, I suppose.
I mean, Michael Dorn does do voice work, so.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm saying yeah, like at the end of DS9, he's sent off to be ambassador to Kronos, and so if he decided he's tired of being ambassador and comes back to being a Starfleet officer, then he would probably, with all his experience during the Dominion War, it would shock me very little if they made him a captain. Though he comes back during what was the name of that? Which one was it? First Contact. He definitely comes back to the E in First Contact, I think. And so, like, he stopped being ambassador at least for a time to fight on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
So, I think, unless I get my timeline messed up, but so it's very possible he could be a captain.
Well, if you've forgotten, you could always check Memory Alpha.
Yeah, it's not that important, but yeah, it's something, like you could have Worf or Kira. Those would possibly be people you could bring back to do this. That's all the people I can think of.
Chakotay.
Chakotay. Yeah, Chakotay or Tuvok, Chakotay, Kira, or Worf. I think those are the four that are very plausible to be captains of Cerritos if you brought on a guest star to do it.
Yeah. Or
I'm
it could
guessing
just be another rando.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's probably just gonna be another rando, or they'll just have Ransom acting captain for a while, and that could be funny in its own way. Like he's acting.
Yeah, that
captain.
Would be like, because Mariner does not show him any respect.
Yeah, and he's gonna be super
ego.
It's just gonna inflate. He's gonna get a big head again, and that's I'm the captain. I'm the captain. Yeah. And
captain.
Yeah, acting captain. You're still a commander.
And everybody's like, acting captain Ransom. It's like, captain.
Just
acting captain.
Drop the acting. It's unnecessary. Waste time. But yeah, that would be funny enough with Ransom just acting, being acting captain. They haven't assigned a new captain. Like, from the way he was talking about it, they did say that they had a captain lined up. It's going to be somebody else. So they probably were just going to carry on with that. Just like, at least for a while, until Freeman's shown to be not guilty, and then
innocent.
Yeah, once her innocence is proved, she'll come back. They'll get sent on to some other ship or something. But yeah, I'm gonna guess either they're gonna have Ransom be acting captain for a while. At least the person who's supposed to be captain isn't gonna show up for a while. Like, they're in transit, and so Ransom is gonna be acting captain for the episodes where they're doing the trial of Freeman. And by the time they get there, Freeman will be back in charge, or the person who is supposed to be replacing her is, why would they even need? That doesn't make sense. I was gonna say, like, the person who's supposed to be replacing her was gunning for her seat, or didn't like her or had a grudge against her, but that doesn't make sense because all they have to do is, they wanted that seat. They were already getting it, and she was getting a promotion, so you didn't have to do anything. And she's, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I think acting Ransom, and then maybe they'll do a guest star at the end.
No, be like that one episode with the what were their names? The red shirts, where it's like, all right, you are you can be acting captain. Take the chair. 5 seconds later, he just sits down. Captain. And nope, get up. Ship's over. Something like that, where the new captain comes in, is just about to get settled, and Freeman's back.
Yeah. And it's turned down the promotion, so now we're going to have to shift you around someplace else. But yeah, it's status quo is God in this series for the most part. So it's all going to get resolved back to it. It's just going to be, are we going to have a guest captain, or are they just going to have Ransom be captain for the short time where the trial is going to be held? Because that's probably going to happen pretty quickly in the next, like, you'd want to resolve that really quickly. So
Yeah.
and
Maybe 2 episodes to give it some weight, or give an buffer episode where she's awaiting trial or whatever, and they're gathering evidence, depending on how realistic the trial is with that. And then in that episode could be Ransom being like, "Yeah, I'm the boss. Nope, you got another captain coming." And then the trial episode where it doesn't really show much of the crew. It's more the trial itself. And then the next episode is what they were doing while Freeman was doing her trial.
Or
And
the trial episode is mostly it's really boring stuff. Like, you get cut back to the trial and whatnot, but like the first episode is them gathering evidence, but during the second episode, like, a lot of the lower decks sort of four are running shenanigans behind the scene. And so, like, half the episode is the trial itself, and half of it is the lower deckers running shenanigans to make this thing, ensure that she's found, not guilty. We have evidence. We can prove it. Here it is. Here's these scans. Junk. They have to go trick a Pac-Led or something. Not especially difficult, but
yeah.
Yeah, that is curious. And yeah, the cetacean ops. Well, they've got a thing for him, don't they?
I mean, yeah.
He's he's just like, they're like, it's, you're real hot and sweaty. Why don't you jump in here? You're skinny dipping.
Yeah. It's like, maybe next time, guys. Maybe next time.
yeah, well, I think that's just more they wanted to. Although, I mean, the whole skinny dipping thing at the end is kind of weird. Although dolphins are rapists.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but those weren't
raped humans.
Those weren't dolphins, though. Those were belugas, I think.
I thought they were bottlenose.
I don't know.
It's hard to tell
can
with
forget.
the artistry.
I'm just glad
Yeah.
they do have a cetacean ops. Like,
Yeah.
that's such a niche little tiny trivia bit from Enterprise. Like, there's just like, oh, that's cetacean ops. Like, it's such a little trivia thing. Like, wait, there's a cetacean ops? There was on the D, at least. there were cetaceans on the D. So, the fact that Cerritos has a cetacean ops is kind of a nice nod to that.
I guess even Star Trek realizes how smart dolphins are.
But I think do we have anything else to talk about with this episode?
Okay, so I honestly feel with Rutherford because anytime I save a picture, I save like 3 to 4 copies of said picture.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Well, because like I've had it before, like when I've saved a picture once where I thought I saved it, but no, apparently I
okay.
did not save the picture.
I mean, it depends, and I do sometimes do that when I'm like saving a picture. I accidentally save it twice, and then I go through and I delete the copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
But like, I don't
honestly,
intentionally save it multiple times.
isn't there isn't there like an off like a separate hard drive you could just put all those memories on?
Right? You know what? They need to, and it needs to look like a magic wand, and they can just like extract it like they do in, in Harry Potter, where they have that little jar where you put your memories in. I don't remember what that's called. I was going to say Patronus, but a Patronus is the ghost image of the to scare away the Dementors.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but that silvery memory soup.
Yeah. Palantir. No, wait, that's completely different. That's a different series.
That's right. Like his blowhole is broken. Quick, don't let him dry out.
Yeah. Also,
Oh,
why would they have in the cetacean ops where the dolphins work? Why would they have
A control they
hand?
couldn't use.
Yeah, a control that humans have to use that have to be handled.
well, so somebody would have to swim in a body of water filled with pee.
And I'm sure there's a good filtration system for that. So that they could be molested by the dolphins. Because those dolphins get lonely
Yeah.
and have a thing for Rutherford.
Well, and you have to also think, like, there's not much they can do on the ship
Yeah.
because they kind of need water to go anywhere.
Yep.
So they're kind of stuck in station ops. You know, I mean, I guess they could theoretically, you could set up an ocean on the holodeck, and it would work. You can do site to site transport and set up a holodeck program, but that's about all you can do because they couldn't really go to the like mess hall because there's no water. Unless they had some sort of carriage that they could load themselves into and go around the ship. But yeah, probably a very boring sort of existence.
Yeah. Very lonely.
At least they had two of them. Like, if you,
Yeah. And
at
at
least,
least they're like songbirds. If you only have one, they get lonely and die.
but I think what would have been a cool way of designing, and I know they weren't thinking about this, and it would have been funny. Would be okay. You have one type of officer on your crew that can't go anywhere. So, like, wouldn't it have been cool if they had put a water feature in the mess hall but it links to the Cetacean Ops. Cetacean Ops is placed right next door, and there's a water feature into
the
there, and they
cetacean
could just
ops thing, like, that depends on what they're doing and what their speciality is, where they would
navigation
have to
is
be
what they're
located.
supposed to be good at, I think.
Yeah.
But just saying, like, if you put the mess hall and Cetacean Ops right next to each other, you could put a feature in the mess hall with a little pool, and then the Cetacean Ops officers could go via the water feature to the mess hall and actually, get to interact with the rest of the crew. I mean, it would only be when they're in the mess hall, but they would at least have someplace they could go.
Yeah. Or have like a pool that they can teleport into even.
Yeah, if you put it like the mess hall, the station ops, and the holodecks all next to each other, and you could like make paths for them to go places. Like, but anyway, I think we've about wrung this one out.
Yeah.
All right.